and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here celebrating 21 years of Loaded Boards, discussing the intricacies of the brand in this all-original podcast series. My name is Ari Chamasmany, and I'm humbled and honored to be joined by Don Tashman and Pablo Casto, as well as super special guest Adam Colton via the interwebs. We are talking about the origin story of Loaded Boards and how this whole adventure got started. Yeah.
All right, let's get started. First of all, where are you, Adam?
I'm in Loveland, Colorado, northern Colorado.
Cool.
On the mountain? Loveland's on the mountain, right?
Well, we're kind of close to the mountains, not as close to Bishop. I guess like the nearest ski resort's probably like an hour and a half from here. And then all the fancy stuff like A Basin, Breckenridge Vale's a little more because you have all the traffic on I-70. So.
Isn't there a Loveland ski mountain?
Yeah, they call it Loveland Ski Mountain, but it's like an hour and a half from Loveland still.
Oh, that's an hour and a half.
But I don't do any snow sports though. I'm not a snow sport guy.
I recall. I recall taking you to Powder Mountain, and there was a pommel lift. You know, the ones that you hold on to and put on under your legs. And Colton ended up falling over and then just dragging himself up the mountain with brute strength.
That sounds
all the way to the top.
Sounds
it was
right.
impressive. It was an impressive feat.
I do remember that Powder Mountain, yeah.
And then you left me. Then you're like, I'm done with this. I like skateboarding. And then I met these other two dudes that like lived there, and they took me off piste, and there was like powder up some like snorkel powder, and then you'd land at the bottom of the hill off the mountain, and a school bus would pick you up and take you back up to do it again. It was epic. It was one of the most epic.
Nice.
And Adam stayed back.
This is Utah?
Utah, yeah. Adam stayed back in like the hot dog shack or whatever.
There you go. Wait, are you guys still doing snowboards?
No, not right now. Maybe in the future, but we haven't done those in 6 or 7 years now. So,
I wanted to ask, how did you and Adam meet initially?
do you remember Adam? I know it was before who was AdamColton.com and the bus, but I think it was right before that.
I remember Jason. What was his last name? Pavlonis?
Well, Jason flew out to Colorado with Darren when you were crossing through, but we'd already been in touch beforehand. I think you sent me a video, like on a.
Or did I send you something asking for like maybe sponsorship with the Skate USA thing or something back in the day?
I think you did. I think that might have been it. And then we're like, yeah, if you're going through, you should meet up with Darren. And then Jason was there. And I think that's how it happened. When you went up, was it Rabbit Ears Pass?
I was just over there mountain biking and steamboat. It was kind of like a little bit of deja vu, that area.
So it was like a one trek kind of thing that you guys had done. Like you asked him to sponsor you for like a one adventure kind of deal, or was it like was that
I think I'm not sure how it even turned out, but I remember you guys saying like when you get done with the trip, like let's talk more when you get back and see if we can work something out or something like that.
And you were already shooting some videos of yourself and Stokowski, right?
Yeah, and college. And then after college, we were shooting in the neighborhoods, which is funny. I just rewatched some of those videos, the old trick tips.
The trick tip videos were so
But you guys
good.
were also shooting some street skate stuff, like doing handrails and stairs, going downstairs and.
Yeah, in college I was doing a little bit of that, but which is funny because I started skating mini ramps before I moved out here again, and skateboarding is dangerous. I wore all the pads like a dork.
Yeah, I go full on RoboCop now.
Didn't want to get hurt because I really like mountain biking and dirt biking. This was just kind of like a one-off thing. My friend built a mini ramp in his yard, so I tried it out again. So
cool. Yeah, so all what we're talking about, this is 2005, correct?
I think
end of 2005. Because I remember when you and Adam flew in the first time. In 2006, I was already at the Beverly Hills office.
Okay, yeah, I remember that office. I remember sleeping on the floor at Jason's house. I think. for a while.
Well, that was very convenient, loaded wise, because Jason just lived steps from the office. Remember?
Yeah.
Just like right there. We're talking about that apartment, right? Or the one in Saturn?
This was the one off of. Oh man.
Just like next to the office.
Was that the one in Santa Monica up the stairs on the second floor?
No, that was with Dane.
That was later.
Yeah, he was with Pavilonis sleeping on the floor next to the office, and then Pavilonis moved to Saturn. You know where Cienega and Saturn.
I think that was
where the Yoshinoya.
I think that's where he was.
Oh, okay.
The Saturn one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only remember that we went to your place after we finished shooting Swirling Samas, and then you got Trevor and I to try that hot sauce that was like being maced.
Yeah.
And
where was that? I lived with Cy, and that was more like in West LA, Santa Monica border.
That was Santa Monica.
How is Cy doing?
I have no idea. I know he moved to Portland a long time ago. I wonder how much that place me and him lived is going for now. It was kind of like expensive back in the day. I bet you LA prices are real expensive now.
Astronomical now.
Cool. So can we talk a little bit about some of the early days?
Yeah.
When you first moved out to LA and like how things got rolling and some of the memories you have.
Yeah. You guys can help me jog some memories too. I'm kind of bad with some memories. Like, I don't know what it is.
I know that's why I asked you.
People jog stuff I can remember.
What was the first event that you were doing out in LA? Like the first skateboarding thing, like Meetup. Was there a Meetup? Was it the Bomba?
I think it was.
Was that
the Bomba? Oh, we did like that one thing. Pablo, Deanna was there. I forget the other workers there, and we were just cruising down that one street with the Vanguards.
Yeah, we were talking about the one in Santa Monica.
Franklin.
Oh, no, it was a different street, like a really fancy neighborhood. And we all went out there.
That long one in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Maple those are fun.
Yeah, long and not so.
Not so
perfect
steep,
for the
yeah.
Vanguard.
was that 2000 and what? 8? 7?
7, 6, 7.
7.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you started those sessions in Santa Monica in the parking lot, right? What were they called? Was there a name for them? The the afternoon sessions you used to do, like every week.
Huh.
In Santa Monica.
I did. That's fun.
You did, yeah. Well, those are now that's exactly where the dock sessions is, where there's like 2 or 3 events there every week with 20, 30 people minimum out there every week right now.
Right at that famous Santa Monica hill, the little short one.
Bicknell, yeah, just
right
south
next to
of
it.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. I know we did one event. I forget at whose house we had a fun barbecue. And we were sliding around. That's when like sliding was pretty popular. I remember I had some slide boards, but then after that, the La Bambas was pretty fun. We had a good turnout for the first one.
When did you guys do the Malibu Slide Jam Invitational with like Louie and all those guys at that undeveloped house, or it was like a house that burned down during a fire or something? And it was just like an empty lot.
That was 2010.
2010 or 2009, because our babies our kids were babies.
Yeah.
Like I remember, so mine was born in 2009 in June.
I think it was early 2010.
So it's probably end of 2009.
Because I remember that video was that was a big deal for our group, because we watched that on YouTube, and seeing all of you guys do all of the 180s and stand-up slides, at least during that time, was kind of that was a rarity. So yeah, but there was also a lot of hills that I'd see you guys skate in those videos that initially, like, all of us had kind of written off as like, oh, that's not possible. And then we'd see videos of you and Louie going and like bombing down those hills in like oversized motorcycle leathers and like big helmets.
Yeah, I remember that.
It made all those roads iconic, like spots. Everyone from the world would come here,
truly,
because they would come at Loaded to visit first, and then
everybody
wanting to follow the roads you guys were filming.
Yeah, that was Tuna. I remember like Louis, and it was Kevin Reimer. Or maybe it was James Kelly. They bombed that road at night back in the day. That blew my mind with like.
That's right. There was that one video with the headlights, or like that somebody had like a big light or something, right? Was it on video? I don't know. I remember there was a video of somebody in the dark doing like Mulholland or something.
Which is really funny. I ran into James Kelly. I was up mountain biking. Where was I? Northern California, and they had the road closed. Some skateboarders, and I approached up, and James was going to come out and to kind of talk to us all nice, like, hey, we got the road closed. We got some skateboarders coming down, and we recognized each other, which is hilarious. And he's like, Adam,
nice. That is awesome.
He was just trying to be nice to us, thinking there were some random people, not so we don't call the cops. And then I guess he's mountain biking a little too. He's reached out a bit. He's getting into biking as well.
He's riding.
It was funny running into him. He was doing his thing. Said he was going into nursing school, which was cool, like a popular thing people seem to be doing. So, yeah, that was random.
I wanted to ask you if I know you guys probably have some questions for Adam as well, but I wanted to ask you, what out of all of your long trek videos, what was the most the most difficult one, the most demanding location that you guys went to that you were like, maybe was it when you skated across China?
That one was weird because it was by myself.
Was it like Mongolia? You went out there. Like you went really far out there.
China was that's the first time I've ever got denied food and internet because of maybe my skin color or because I was a foreigner.
Oh, man.
But I'd say Peru and Bolivia was the hardest.
You were with...
just the terrain, I guess.
Were you with anybody?
Yeah, that was Paul and Aaron.
Paul and Aaron.
And it was just during the rainy season, just wet, big mountain passes, and we were just all like diarrhea malnourished for like a month straight, and just pushing up hills and diarrheaing on the sides of the road. That was a hard trip.
That sounds like a good time. When did you do the Who is Adam Colton like cross country tour?
That was like 2005. That was the first one.
That was even further back.
That was the beginning.
The funny thing is we were going to do it for the Boys and Girls Club, try to do like a charity thing. And they're the ones that came up with the Who is Adam Colton website name.
Wow, that explains a tremendous amount because just maybe too candid, but like I remember when we first heard that, when you sent that to us, and we're like, who is AdamColton.com? Wow, this dude's got like the most obscene ego of anyone.
I know. It felt weird.
Like that. And then we met you, and you were never like that, and I've never asked you that question before. And I never knew that.
It is kind of weird because when we were doing the skate trip, and there was other people involved like Byron and Shane and Chris, and then it's like, who is Adam Colton, like on the bus. So yeah, it felt weird. It's like it's not all just about me. We got like two other guys suffering.
That explains a lot. Wow. That makes a lot of sense in retrospect. I never knew that one.
Yeah, they had some marketing guy there, and he came on, and I was like, it sounds pretty cool. But yeah, that's how that developed. But yeah, that website, let that go a while ago. Just kind of have my little YouTube thing now that I post mountain bike videos on, and I have the social medias now, the Instagram and Facebook.
I'm recalling now. Remember the Uruguay-Argentina trip?
Uh-huh.
So this dude has the idea of filming himself with whatever clothes he had on. He's like, I'm gonna skate from here to Uruguay, and I'm gonna be there certain day. And we got everyone in Uruguay fired up. Obviously, we fly there, and then but he shows up at the event with the same clothes and all like destroyed. That like, no, here's Adam. He's just arriving from the trip, and everyone's like,
cheering and clapping,
thinking
and,
that it was the end of his.
well, that's the end of his journey, but he's still
the
going.
end of his journey to that event. So everyone was, "Oh my god, I can't believe!" And we never told anyone. Only Andres, Adam, and I knew, and Kyle was there, no?
That's so funny. I don't even remember we did that. I faked that.
Legitimately, people thought that he had just arrived from skating from LA to Montevideo.
Oh man, I didn't know if it was that was the assumption of the distance.
That was the assumption of the people. So everyone, oh my god,
yeah, he did it.
He was a rock star.
He's pretty much not physically.
And I did a good job acting. Did I have haggard clothes on?
Oh yeah, because you came with a little like a plastic bag and all like looking all destroyed and the same clothes, and everyone just loved it. It was so funny.
That is funny.
What was the? I never actually figured. What was the point to point destination of the Who Is Adam Colton tour? Was that Los Angeles to? What was the end?
No, LA would never end. It was. What was it, Adam?
Oregon, Salem, Oregon. Well, not Salem. Oh, some coastal town in Oregon. I can't remember the name of it right now. It's Springfield, Virginia. I don't even know where it started.
Do you still talk to Larry?
Yeah, every once in a while. He reaches out. He's doing real estate now and stuff. Yeah, he'll reach out once in a while. I'm one of these people that I'm very present. Maybe that's why I don't remember a lot of stuff. I just get really involved in my present situation and try to do a lot of adventures.
Do you remember how you got started with dancing? Where that started from?
Yeah, the Chris, was it Chris Chaput? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he had some video on, I guess it was YouTube back in the day, of him doing like some cross-stepping on some like funky looking banana board thing. And that kind of inspired me. I was like, that's pretty cool. And then from there, yeah, just kind of making stuff up. I know it's pretty big still in Asia, So You Think You Can Dance stuff still going on. And I know Lofty's killing it and spreading the vibes.
Yeah, no, it's still growing. It's been growing substantially, actually, in Asia and Europe and now in the U.S. And I definitely give you a lot of credit for being one of the, the creators of at least modern dancing. Like, I know Chris was doing it. The videos that you were talking about, those are probably back from the 70s, huh? That you saw posted? Is that...
Yeah, it might have been. No, it looked more recent than that.
Longboard surf style cross stepping was a thing back in the 70s, but then like maybe he was still, and Chris had been a pro in the 70s, but then when street and vert and freestyle and park started to grow, that stuff kind of disappeared. There was probably a couple people, but I think Adam was the first one to like really like embrace that and bring it back.
With longer boards, bigger wheels, better technology, faster.
I just find it interesting that the catalyst for the entire dancing saga that we're currently living was all inspired from Adam Colton watching a video of Chris Chaput doing cross steps on a longboard.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. You never know where things will go. I remember like building those first boards for you. I remember building those first, the first dancers. Well, you built your own dancers, which we still have some, like Baltic birch ones. And then you did a couple boards. You did a board with the old school dancer with Longboard Larry.
Oh, I didn't know he was building his own boards.
Yeah, he built his own boards first. We still have one right back there, actually. An original Adam Colton, old school, whatever it was called, original dancer. And then we built the first boards here, the first dancing boards. I remember that was pretty difficult for me because until then I'd only built boards kind of for myself. And like you had a very different vision, but like I'm not going to say I believed in the vision, but I believed in you, I guess. I was wrong by a long shot. But not in believing in you, but in not believing in the vision. But I remember building those first boards, you wanted to build them flat. Do you remember that? And we were working with Ernie, and he's like, I can't make it flat. It's just going to twist. And then we put those like very tiny
sometimes even convex.
Yeah.
How did you do that with the dancer? The dancer had like almost a convex kind of thing to it.
Because it was flat and it had those little nose and tail kicks. And we were using that linen to go down to downtown LA to go get offcuts of linen. And
that was heavy board.
Yeah. And then we did that, but then we did the the Bhangra, that was like the first real, I'd say, more contemporary. The original Bhangra is like the first contemporary dancing board. Do you remember when that was? Like 2008, 9, 10? I don't recall.
What, the first dancer or the
First Bhangra?
I remember when I first met Adam face to face, he handed me a blank Bhangra and was like, you should try this thing out. I see you doing cross steps on the Sector 9, but this thing's going to work a lot better.
Wait, so Dom, when we came out with the first dancer, you kind of were like, I don't know if this board's going to sell or this is going to be a thing, huh?
Well, it didn't, actually.
It was expensive to produce, super heavy, super long.
Difficult, yeah.
But it was the beginning of something.
It was the beginning.
Great and something huge. So, everything starts that way.
But I didn't really believe in it. But once again, believed in you, and you were doing it, and you were showcasing it, and continuing to expand on it. It's crazy where it's gone today. I mean, like we've got a couple, I think, really good dancing boards, but there's some amazing boards out there. We're not even
made in Korea and all over Europe.
All over Europe, yeah.
Really nice brands.
Doing some really technical things, and it's really inspiring to us. We have a lot of more people here are involved with dancing and worldwide, and it's definitely something we intend to continue to put a lot more effort into and explore new technology and new ways of doing it. I mean, boards have gotten longer and shorter at the same time, more technical, like you were saying, Lotfi, Jeff Corsi, and some of these guys are doing just mind-bending stuff with dancing boards today.
It's funny that the whole dancing thing is stuck around. No one's changed it. It's still longboard dancing from the original, which is pretty fun.
A little bit more freestyle aspect to it also, and that's kind of becoming a little bit of the terminology, but it's still dancing. It's still officially dancing. Speaking of which, I remember the first videos that you did for us, like Fly Loaded and Together Loaded. The ones on the Vanguard, I designed that Vanguard to have no nose and tail intentionally, so people would stand in the middle. And you and Adam start doing these videos where you're manualing them for like huge distances, and it was
You're like, thanks, dude.
It was in a way offensive, but it was so amazing. And I think those videos were just so incredible. Like that was pre-YouTube. That was 2005, and then I remember 2006. Putting the first, I think we put those videos up on YouTube. And I don't know if you remember that period of like every month when you'd prepare a new video, it would take like 4 to 6 weeks. And I think we were the first skate company at all to have any videos on YouTube.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. I watched Fly Loaded not too long ago, and I love that I have that really long pinky nail. I'm laying on the board and I got this big pinky nail because I used to grow out my pinky nail for fun. And then I forget, I was showing my friends and I was like, damn, look at my abs. I was strong back in the day. That's my shirt on. I was like, skateboarding got me all strong. And I remember people were kind of making fun of me back in the day when I would I put my feet parallel on the board and I had my hands out and I was like cruising down the road like that.
Yeah. The Adam and Adamina, remember?
I remember that.
Together Loaded.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Funny stuff.
Yeah. I remember you coming out those videos and they were like, people would wait for them for, count down the days. And then I remember when you bought that DSLR, that 7D. I remember that was a whole big deal to buy that. You bought it like on a Tuesday or something, and you went out and rode and filmed Kyle Chin and came out with the Let Go like on Thursday or Friday of that same week. And that was like a tremendous game changer, I think, in terms of quality, in terms of everything you were doing with it, we were doing.
That's not the one that got stolen in Venice Beach, was it?
So I don't remember that. We got a camera stolen, huh?
Yeah, you had your whole camera equipment. You left it on the floor in Venice Beach, started riding, and then, oh shit, my stuff isn't there anymore.
Kind of rings a bell. Dang, those damn people stealing our crap. That was a good. That camera was a workhorse for us, and then we got the 5D. I think Let Go is still probably the most viewed video of loaded boards.
Probably.
Yep.
Probably, yeah. That thing got huge traction. But the making of it, I thought, was even more impressive. Just how you guys did that so quickly, and how having that our first DSLR like changed the whole game. And then you're cranking out videos. And I remember we used to like argue about like, should we have a whole compilation and only launch one video a year, or should we be launching every month? And now we're in a day where it's like, how many videos are you launching a day? You know, it's like such a different world.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's funny how, I guess like you're saying, we were like some of the first people with longboards on YouTube, but I remember we would come out with some videos and we would just get psyched about how many views we would get in a day, like 20,000 or 15,000, and it would just blow our mind how, you know, big and popular they were back in the day. Everyone was just like foaming at the mouth to see the newest loaded video. It was pretty cool to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of that also had to do with the Loaded newsletter. Do you remember writing those emails? Those email blasts? I remember spending a lot of time editing those.
I'm like the worst person to write a newsletter if I was doing it.
Oh, that's what we had. But you were the funnest,
Yeah.
right? So
It's true. I had
that's what it was.
some fun dialogue in there and some weird sign-offs, but yeah.
Yeah. Those were beautiful days, man.
The Loaded newsletter was the name of the YouTube channel for the longest time, and I think you guys finally changed it, right? It's the Loaded Boards.
Yeah, we weren't able to for years. Yeah, because that's we named the newsletter came first, and then the videos came second. Yeah, the YouTube channel came second, so we named it newsletter channel.
I mean, the trick tip videos were like,
Those were amazing.
Those are amazing. I think about how many people got into the whole thing because of those videos. You guys like going around and just coming up with weird stuff.
And that led to the challenge series. Do you remember those?
I was pretty stoked on that idea. That was just like a great way to give back to the community and just encourage people to learn stuff. And if you had the most style, you got a free loaded board, which was sweet. Then there's like prizes for second and third, and then you got the good discounts on the boards. Yeah. And I was looking at some of those videos. Those was a while ago, but yeah, I had my long hair, me and Sikowski just giggling and saying stupid stuff. It was fun.
Half a beard.
Yeah, a question mark beard.
Yeah, I just got sideburns these days, pretty much, bald head.
Yeah, you nice.
Oh wow! Look at you, Adam. That makes two of us.
Yeah.
Wow.
No need for glasses yet?
No, eyesight's real good, but I'm feeling really good too. Like strongest I've felt in a while. Like I just got I play a lot of pickleball, and it's just really hard on the legs and hips and back. So I do a lot of stretching these days. It's more intense on the body than mountain biking is pickleball.
You're not flying anymore, are you?
No, pretty much just a bunch of pickleball during the weekdays, and then we're riding cool trails on the weekends, and then.
Did you continue to fly after your accident?
Yeah, I flew for another maybe 2 years and took a little SIV course where they teach you how to mess up your wing and recover. But I just like mountain biking a little more. It's more convenient. And then where I was living, it was like a really hard area to fly consistently. So it was just getting let down a ton. And I was like, well, I could have just been biking. So
okay,
kind of gave it up.
And I see you now work for a bike equipment company,
We
right?
make, I'd say, arguably the best mountain bike suspension in all the industry. And it's all made in-house in USA in Loveland, Colorado. So.
What are they called? Give them a little shout out.
Yeah, it's called Push Industries. And we're the only suspension company that, makes a shock in the United States. A lot of love that goes into the shock, and we customize it for your riding style and your bike. It's like you're having like a professional suspension technician at your hands. And it's been fun doing video work for them. So kind of reminds me of the Loaded days a little bit. Small company, passionate about the product and love mountain biking. So yeah, but it's a little trickier these days. That was just the most beautiful, pure, organic stoke, I just was really proud of us. We didn't have like some crazy marketing plan, right? I think we were just living it and stoking people out, and our passion kind of just led to this beautiful movement.
Experimenting with everything.
Yeah.
what if we do this? Well, yeah, let's fucking do it. Freaking do it. Sorry. Apologies to the public.
Yeah, no, I definitely felt that. I remember that period very fondly. Like there was that very pure energy. I've been trying to keep it. It definitely evolves and has changed into something very different today. But I think there's a lot of the roots come from there. A lot of the ideology also like of Loaded today about rising tide raises all ships and let's grow everyone and let's work on the whole industry together it's still here, and it's still all rooted in those days and a lot of the conversations we had back in the day and a lot of the ideas that were being generated around then.
Yeah, the DNA is still definitely in there.
Good memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good times. Still is good times. So
I just remember,
can't complain.
I just thought it was so cool of you. Like, you were promoting Longboard Larry back in the day. We promoted Common a little bit. I don't know, it just was very non-selfish. You were like, Don, you were one of the best owners, bosses I've ever worked for. Just a beautiful mind, and you like your actions. People can say things, but then actions are different. You said things, and your actions were the same. It was beautiful to witness.
Well, I appreciate that.
And still is the same. So cool.
Well, thank you guys. And it's it's being with like-minded people, the same kind of people, attracting, like talk about a virtuous pyramid scheme, right? You spread love, you bring in the people who get it and who identify with it and who spread it themselves, and working for a long time on building that team, building the right people. There's been a lot of people that come through here. You've been and they've all been special, but you've been an incredibly special part of that and of this history and the growth of Loaded and also the philosophy of Loaded, like developing where we are and like that idea that, of supporting all these other brands. It wasn't, it didn't just come from me by any means. It was all of us, I think sharing that same idea of let's do this together. Let's have fun with all these people who are doing all this cool stuff.
It was about having fun with them, meeting more people, we don't call them competitors, right? We still call them just
ambassadors.
Partners.
Partners in business. We're in the same boat. So
yeah, I haven't been around the longboard scene in a while, and I don't keep too much tabs. But yeah, how is the scene these days? I know, right when I was leaving, it was kind of going through a little bit of a tricky time and pivoting and stuff. Yeah, how is the state of the longboard world these days?
Well, yeah, in some ways it got trickier. In some ways there was definitely some headwinds. A lot of like direct-to-consumer Amazon brands coming out of China definitely clouded the market. The media got a little weird, but we also had some really strong things happen. I mean, we had a lot of growth in Europe. Germany really took off for us, and Europe took off in the mid 2014, 15, and then China and Asia really grew. And we also had a really great run with Boosted, so we did a lot of interesting things on the electric side. Mm-hmm. But then COVID hit, and originally when it hit, we thought this was all gonna, just go down the toilet. Yeah. And then the opposite happened. There was just a tremendous amount of excitement and enthusiasm for everything outdoors, right? I mean,
people just want to go out of their homes and skate outside, or bike. Just be outside. So that was a really good year and a half.
We spent a lot of that time also working on our product development capabilities. So next time you're here, we'll show you, but we have a full lab here right behind me where we can be developing and creating boards from concept to rideable prototype in 24 hours. So we're working on a whole bunch of new stuff. We've been launching new and I think important products more than ever before. And I'd say overall right now, especially post-COVID, there is a little bit of a slump just because there's a lot of inventory, but there's more people skating today, there's more people skating today than ever before. And I think there's 4, Ari's got his Gel Lab sessions every Wednesday still going. There's dock sessions and Vibe Ride in LA. So there's 3 or 4 sessions weekly in LA, and worldwide there's a bunch of sessions happening every week. So there's really a vibrant community in a way that I think we only dreamed of back in the day when you were around, and that's been incredible to see.
I remember, Ari, remember us shooting videos, and I was just fondly remembering that time to me. I remember staying in some sketchy hotels. I think
Oh, yes.
Kyle Chin found a peanut butter spoon under his pillow or behind his mattress one time.
I know that I remember when we went up to, God, where was that? It was that really remote region in Oregon that they call the Lost Coast. And I remember reading about it and they were telling that it was undiscovered for such a long time because there were so many rocks off the coast there that when ships would come in to try and early explorers, they'd get stuck on the rocks. So they called that area the Lost Coast because it was so undiscovered and remote. And Adam goes ahead and plans a video shoot there and drags us out to
that was Swirling Shamas, right?
Yeah, Swirling Shamas. Yeah, and I remember we stayed in that pretty much the remnant, the skeleton of that old logging town, and it was the logging mill had dried up or something in the early 2000s, and it was just it was just really incredible place to go and adventure and shoot a video because it was just so remote and so weird. There was people coming to our door in the middle of the night, knocking on the door, Sharon, where are you? Where are you? Come on out. I know you're in there.
Yeah, you told me that story yesterday.
There was
spooky.
Odd ex-Marines, old veterans living in Airstreams trying to sell us weed. It was really just that was such a weird trip. No cell phone reception. You really took us out there. I
had fond memories of all the loaded videos shooting with you guys. You were always a character doing all your funny voices, and we had that Toyota Sienna van that just kept going.
The van. How could we forget the van?
The Sienna?
Yeah. That's right. Now that I think about it, when we were shooting the LA video, I remember we were driving around the LA River in that thing, Grease Lightning style, and Stokowski and I forgot that there's a 15-foot deep channel in the middle of the LA River.
Do you guys kill the van? But how'd it die?
No, Stokowski and I almost put the van into the middle of the LA River because we were roosting. We were driving through puddles of water, roosting these huge puddles of water, driving the van down the LA River. But we didn't realize that there was just this huge cutout in the middle of the river. So we were just going to blast through it. And then we stop at the last minute realizing there's a huge channel in the middle of the river, and the front wheels were struggling for traction because there's so much algae, and somehow we caught traction again and managed to just avert just total disaster. The van.
Well, Adam and I bought that van at the auction. Remember, you and I went.
You guys went to a police auction or something?
Something like that. Yeah, that's the only way we could get it for the price we needed it.
That was a good van.
You delayed.
You and I went and bought it.
I did delay the inevitable end of the van
because there was a catastrophic ending to that van.
Yeah, what was it? Camilo crashed it or something?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it would have been one of us, dude. It doesn't matter of time.
But and I'm kind of grateful nobody got hurt.
Truly,
that was pretty naive of us to think that.
It was a good thing for a while.
Well, I think it was. Adam kept it well and was responsible for it. But when you left, then it was it was. Can I get the van? Yeah, I guess going. I'm gonna go and shoot. So we let anyone borrow it and. That's where it ended.
I'm just recalling memories in my head right now. Remember, Pablo, when me and you were in, was it Korea, South Korea? And then we had some energy at night and we stumbled upon that random club and we danced our butts off. It was in some random building you wouldn't expect. And we knocked on the door and there was a dance party.
Dancing like crazy. And then you tried to take off the security guy's cap and he was like, he was gonna kick you out. Do you remember
Yeah, I
that?
already pushed me off the stage or something for one.
I remember it because I was like filming you and then suddenly you feel like so confident. You were so excited. You just grab his cap and he's just like, I'm going to kick you out. And that was a nice club. It was in the 101, wasn't it?
I don't know. I just remember everyone was so inviting there. Guys dancing with guys. Everyone was just so happy. Like there was just like so accepting of us in there, and we were just loving it.
Was that the trip where you went with Lotfi? It was you and Lotfi?
No.
And I think there was one.
No, it was Kyle, Adam, and I, and we did Taiwan and Korea. Correct?
Yeah, and me and Pablo wandered off by ourselves. So it was late at night, and we just had some energy.
Yeah, we did the Great Wall of China that time when we were in Beijing with what's his name?
Steam or Joe?
No. Yeah, Kai. What?
Lai? Oh no, with
No, not Lai.
what's his name? He had the band, and then he went over to
Yuchi's.
Yeah, he went over to what's his name?
Yeah, I know.
He was awesome. And
Yeah,
he took us to the Great
awesome.
Wall,
Right.
and we just went as far as
Everybody
as we could.
adventured.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a really, really nice trip.
Man, all those trips were awesome. Thank you guys for those. Just working with their distributors out there and just spreading the stoke, and they'd treat us like kings. I remember we ate such good food. Maybe it was in China, and we got like foot massages and back rubs.
That was really good. Remember in Argentina how many people gathered at a park in Buenos Aires? It was like, I don't know, 500 people. It was,
Oh my God.
and all eyes on him. So at the end of the trip, he was like, I just can't see any more people. I'm just.
It's true. It was hard.
It was hard because everything was, we had the events, but Adam was there.
There's a lot of Adam.
Adam and Kyle. So that, people wanted
It was a good
little
era.
piece of him. Yeah.
It was a good era.
Yeah, it was a little tiring just being, because I do like my alone time too, and but yeah, just having to be on and when you're tired to like do some extra stuff to meet and greet, but it was still amazing times. I just going on those trips and experiencing the culture, and we were with the locals, so we always ate at the best spots and everything. It was good.
Best everything. Yeah. Remember the Peruvian races? The Tarma.
I do. Yeah.
Remember? That was Louis, Kelly, you and I.
Dude, we traveled all over. I forgot about that. And then we went to the Philippines, and we did some crazy stuff in the Philippines as well out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
Philippines. We had an epic trip as
Did
well.
you guys ever make it to Japan?
We did.
We did, but I
Couple
don't think
times.
with Adam.
It wasn't with Adam.
I went to Japan.
You went to Okinawa with Sai in
but
the
you
rainy
went
season.
I went with Lotfi.
with Lotfi.
That's right. So
Oh, really?
you guys, I was supposed to go on that trip, but I couldn't make it for whatever reason. But it was you and Lotfi ended up going to China and Korea and Japan, I guess. Yeah. But that was like the one where there was like a bunch of photos showed up. I remember you guys were in like traditional outfits doing like nose manuals or something. Like,
Do you remember that? I remember in the Philippines, we were on the island Siquijor, and we were sleeping in those hammocks for the entire time, and I just could not do the hammocks. It was so hot, like sweat.
Second day, I'm like, sorry guys, but I'm gonna need a bed because they weren't like even that ergonomic. You just slept like a banana, and you couldn't move. And these guys were all used to it, and they're like, I gotta get a bed. Sorry,
Yeah, that was a hard.
but that Siquijor race was awesome.
Yeah, I did some downhill races with those guys out there. It was fun, and I remember they loved pork there, so we had like pork for breakfast, lunch.
Remember when they did that line of the banana leaves with the rice and the pork, and we just had to jam all at the same time, and you grab your spot, and that was pretty crazy.
this
A
was all
line
in
of
the
100 people,
Philippines?
yeah.
This is in the Philippines?
Just
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
they'll do a long table,
Yeah, right.
and then just banana leaves, a line of rice, and then a pork.
And what event
and then
was
you just
that?
do it with your hands.
Was there an event? There
Yeah,
was
like
what is it? The
a-
Visaya? The VLT or
it
something?
was a downhill event?
It was long distance, downhill, and
Dancing as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It,
But
was like a trifecta.
I see.
And we would travel around the Cebuan Island.
I see.
Yeah, we would get ferries, remember? And then travel in buses, kind of like 100 people on top of the bus.
Yeah,
you know
right.
that style?
Yeah.
It's so cool. Then we stop at this bridge, remember? And I was like I've been afraid of like jumping into the water for, when it's pretty high. And it's like, today I'm going to do it. And, these guys helped me. They didn't push me, but I ended up doing it and it felt so awesome. And we just going up and down, I have all those videos. I'll send them to you.
Those are just such good times when we rode around all those scooters, and then there was I got a massage there. It was cheap, but it was brutal, man. She was using her elbows on my calves after like skating all the time. I remember that. It's like, dang. Another memory that's coming to me is Don, how he used to treat us to those Mexico trips. Was it in the winter or was it in the summer? I just remember how cool that was of an owner to dedicate time for his staff and all the crew to get there. I thought that was really cool.
You did the Punta Monterrey ones, the ones we had like a private mini hotel with a private beach, remember? And we just stayed there and talk about skateboards and drink beer and
then we do those events in San Pancho, and San Pancho sessions, Sayulita sessions. Yeah, those are incredible and still impact people to this day. I mean, we were just there a couple months ago and there's still people skating loadeds, it's still, it's, we had a really tremendous impact on a lot of people. But especially on us, like internally, that was, I'm really proud that we were able to do that, try to continue to do that, just to bring the team together and bond and, create this into something even more special.
No, the best job I've ever had was working for Loaded. That was the heyday of my life, just because I don't know what it's so creative. And again, like you really allowed me to be myself. There was no crazy big marketing meetings. We didn't have to try that hard. It was just so organic, and we just like ran with the energy. It was just amazing.
Organic. It is, yeah. It's all downhill from here. Pun fully intended.
Yeah. No, thank you, Adam. It was obviously a pleasure and honor to have you all these years.
Yeah, we'd like to see you in person. It's been too long, man.
Yeah, LA's far now.
LA's far. We'll hopefully come up for some snowboard sessions out in Colorado. I'll hit you up.
We got the Icon passes, so
okay.
It's Steamboat. No, Steamboat is one of them, isn't it?
Steamboat's on there, but also Copper. So some of the ones closer to him. I remember and when you were living in Bishop, I always used to run into you in the most random places in Bishop.
What's so funny? I just recalled a memory right now. I remember working for Loaded, and you told me like, dude, Highway 395, that's a special place. Like Bishop, Mammoth, like I could see you falling in love with that place. And sure enough,
I remember that clearly.
And you did. So. How many years were you there for, Adam?
10 years.
10 years. 10 years. Wow.
Still the best place I've ever lived. I miss it dearly, but it's kind of tricky. Bishop, dream location, not like a dream job, but now I got kind of like a dream job, but not the dream location. But it's not horrible here. I just wish I was a little closer to the hills and then more venture like-minded people around. Here it's just like Bishop's just really cool community. Everyone's like a badass there and into adventure and playing outside and doing cool stuff. Where here it's a little harder to find that. So finding a lady out here is going to be tricky.
That was going to be my next question. Yeah. Like not married yet, no girlfriend or nothing.
I go to like Salida to go mountain bike, and I see girls my style just instantly like, oh. But here it's like, but it's okay. I'm happy being single. Happy first, and then having a rad girl would be a bonus. But I'm very.
It'll come.
Maybe if not, it's okay. I'm loving life here. Got a good friend network, and it's been great.
How are your parents?
Parents are great. They were just out here a couple months ago. I got them on paddle boards for the first time, and I've never seen such fear in their eyes. My dad fell off the board, and I thought he was going to drown. He had so much fear, like trying to get to the board. It was crazy. And I rescued him, and then And then my mom got on to show up my dad because he couldn't really stand up for that long. And then she had such concentration in her eyes. I've never seen her concentrating so much. Like she felt like if she'd fall off, she would die or something. It was intense. and then my dad got on it to prove my mom that he could do it, and it was a pretty fun experience. And then
your mom was in one of our advertisements back in the day, right? Was she like putting on makeup on you, or I don't know, something?
That was like the cover of a magazine, and Adam was like in a mirror. And mom was like,
I was working on my mustache. I had that like twirly mustache, and then she was like leaning over looking at it or something. But yeah, she thought that was hilarious. Yeah.
I remember when your dad first came to LA and he brought that. He was in making, what was it, carbon nanotubes or something? Wasn't he like one of the inventors of carbon nanotubes?
Yeah, he's a nanotechnology man. I don't know too much about it, but yeah.
I remember he brought me a Frisbee that was filled with carbon nanotubes.
Oh.
Still flew like a Frisbee, but I remember that pretty clearly.
I just want to say I appreciate what you brought to the whole scene and kind of the foundation that you laid to kind of give us this whole community, especially with the kids that are coming through right now. And I mean, they have no idea of the history of it, but
hopefully this helps. No?
Yes, right, indeed.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, I'm really grateful.
There was
for
like an air of just excitement whenever I got the opportunity to work with you and Adam Stokowski, because I knew that whatever the end result was going to be, it was going to be good. You know what I mean? But also for all the like the little things, like when we'd go to some weird restaurant and you would just make up your own menu items and ask the chef if he could prepare, you know, your freestyled menu item, and just worried all our food was going to get spit in.
I remember the fondest memories. I think we filmed, we got them perps maybe. I don't know. I remember we had everyone and we had this most amazing sushi. I remember that. And I remember like after filming, you know, treating people out to some good food. But I just remember we had a whole crew in there and some amazing sushi. I was psyched.
Those Mount Baldy, huh? You guys filmed that at Mount Baldy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you made him dance.
Yeah.
You made him have.
Oh yeah, I made him do weird stuff. That's funny they did that for me. I was like, you should eat a banana and do weird stuff.
That's some good stuff. Those are for me. Those are really heady special days. You know, so I just have to, you know, give credit where credit's due. You guys really kind of changed the game for us, and it was you know, we took a lot of that creativity and kind of ran with it, and still to this day try and kind of imbue that same sense of weird experimentative kind of creativity in all of the stuff that I mean, you could take this stuff so seriously, you know, skateboarding is so serious. So like the fact that you guys like absolutely didn't take it serious, but we're still so talented at it was, I think, what made it so approachable.
We met so many amazing people, and so many people kind of got on board while I was working there, and you guys still have an amazing crew. And yeah, it's just, those were the days, man. I tell you, 2005 to 2013. Yeah.
Still riding the wave.
So there's some good times. So yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity. You guys even taking a chance with me. Actually, one small memory. Remember,
we didn't take the chance.
You kind of didn't want me to fly out quite yet, Don, because you guys weren't prepared to like have another guy on board, and I was like, I'm coming, and I just came. I came anyway.
Just came, and the day you landed, we like moved a couple people in place. We got a new sales guy. We got things that was like finally, we were able to do it. And it really, like, it all worked out. I remember I was like, Adam, please don't come. Please. We're not ready for you. At all. And it, like, worked on that, like, same day. It all worked out. And I remember, yeah, that was really incredible.
Happened, and we made it work. Yeah, I remember the old office going there. And then it was pretty cramped and everything. And
was he there was three off. I mean,
this is the fourth office.
This is the fourth office. Mm-hmm. So there's Beverly Hills.
There was downtown LA. Higuera. Beverly Hills, Higuera, and then here.
I see. But the first place was the warehouse that was the shared warehouse space. I see. Okay.
So Yeah.
I see.
So Pablo,
The
what, you
lineage.
got a beard right now? I can't really tell. Is it like a goatee, fancy?
Yeah, I do.
Nice.
Well, it's gray now. It's a 49-year-old gray beard now.
Wait, how old are you now?
49.
49.
Yeah, my kids are 11 and 14 now. My tan.
I saw one of your kids in one of the videos you guys did, and I didn't realize it was your kid. I was like, dang.
Like the dad bod video?
Yeah, I think it was that.
Yeah, those were my two boys and
My youngest,
Johnny's
Yep.
as well.
Everybody's growing up.
Oh, yeah. Time flies.
I don't even know. I haven't kept up. Is ABEC 11 still around, or is that gone?
I don't really.
I've
It
heard
seems
yes,
like
but
Chris is coming back. We've
He's
seen some
coming
new stuff
back,
coming
yeah.
out.
There's-
We hope.
Yeah.
It kind of turned into a niche brand for a while where like you could only get them through certain channels or through certain people. But there was definitely like a period where they were pretty incognito, to say the least.
But I think it is coming back.
It's
We were
coming
on their
back,
website
yes.
recently and heard from, I think Max Caps was saying that they're working on some new stuff.
Yes.
So I think there's a lot of cool stuff happening with them. I think
Yes.
Chris is, he's always been brilliant and innovative. So hopefully he'll be back to.
Do you know if the truck brands are coming back with
I
that?
have no idea.
It's just wheels right now, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember back in the day, all that really heavy Flash orangutan site. Remember when Flash was big? And we had that crazy intro and everything?
Yeah. That was.
The popping up.
Yeah. That was wild. Yeah, I remember the Durians when you came in. We named those wheels because you came into the office with that stinky ass fruit, dude.
Remember?
Yeah, the Durian. That was like a thing I used to bring around.
That's how you
Yes,
named
I
them.
know.
Because he brought that gross fruit.
Because it was disgusting.
I left it in the UCLA elevator once. I brought it to like Kyle Chin's place, and then I just like left the carcass in the elevator. I guess people weren't happy about that.
Yep.
Place to leave a durian carcass in an elevator.
Because it kind of looks like an animal a little bit when it was all cut open. It looks like a dead animal. It's kind of spiky. And
When I went to Asia, I think when I went to Taiwan, like they have like little outlets in the mall that they sell them like all cut up for you in the mall. But it was always just kind of like a very
It has
striking.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I remember I tried stinky tofu for the first time. I think it was in China.
Yes.
That was intense.
That's
Yeah.
very
In
intense.
Taiwan, no? But remember
Yeah.
there was, with Jimmy's son was our distributor.
And, like,
Still is.
The little schoolgirls
But
love it.
he
man.
would do the double stinky. There was a double stinky one. And
Yes.
that was just not.
the fermented one
Uh-huh.
versus the fried one.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was just not.
Brutal.
Nah, he was like, yeah.
Yes.
We
Yeah, I
did
can
eat
do it.
scorpions, remember?
I think I chickened out maybe, or maybe I ate a scorpion. I forget. But I remember.
I chickened out when they pulled out crickets and stuff. I was like, yeah, no,
Chin and I
that ain't
did.
me.
Chin and I did eat scorpions. I remember, and they were good. They're like shrimp, like fried shrimp.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Man.
Love you, Adam, man.
Thanks for everything, guys. Fond memories, and yeah, it's just still guys have an amazing crew, and one day, who knows, I might do an adventure and have to come down to LA. But if you're ever up in Colorado, though I'm kind of far from the ski resorts, I tell you, these I-70 traffic too is brutal out here. So watch out.
I know.
Yeah.
How far are you from Denver?
I'm only 45 minutes, an hour from Denver.
Okay, I got a cousin who teaches graphic design in Denver. I've been meaning to visit him, so I'm gonna drop in.
Let me see Don's face again. Where's little Don?
Here I am.
There he is.
You see me?
You got to come in more.
Well,
Where is he at? There he is. Oh! It still makes me happy you have that little logo of like the flying penguin with a jetpack on your email thumbnail.
yep. Yeah, that's what. Born to want to fly, but yeah, I need a jetpack.
Are you, Adam? Are you still doing your shirts? By the way, are you still?
Kind of. I still have the Etsy store. I haven't really done much with it, but I think they're still on there.
If people go on there and buy your shirts on the Etsy store, are they still going to get shirts?
I think they will. They will get shirts. You
Okay.
better believe it.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe you did.
I still
one
wear
show. You did one podcast with it.
Yes, with one of them.
With one of the monsters.
Yes.
What's the? This will be a little video in a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, we're launching our 21-year anniversary version of the Vanguard. It's the original graphic that we had at Travis Pard. You see it in the back?
Yeah.
And that's the original painting that Travis Pard. Travis was a good he still is a tremendously talented artist, but he was a high school buddy of Darren's, and Darren grew up I think they both grew up in Loveland or right near there actually. So I don't know if you've talked to Darren in a while, but I think that's where his mom still is, right in that neighborhood. But Pard did this as a painting back in like 2004, I think it was, and we didn't have the technology to put it on the board in this way. We were only able to do true color and screen print, and now we have it's a full digital print to celebrate 21 years of the Vanguard, 21 years of Loaded. So this will be launching November 30th. Limited edition. So yeah, the podcast is an opportunity to celebrate that and to talk story and explore some of the history.
Yeah, and the ethos of the company as a whole. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Do we you guys want to wrap this episode
let's wrap it
up?
Thanks, Adam, for making the time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Really nice to see you.
Yeah, I like your little jacket, Pablo. It looks fun.
Thank you, man. It's a pink camo.
Check out this cool hat. Look at this cool thing.
Nice.
Oh, you got the ear flaps and everything.
It's pretty legit.
Yeah. I got one of those from Suwannee.
Everyone looks healthy over there. So that's good.
Trying.
You do too, man. Trying to keep it up.
Mwah.
Love you, man. Forever, bro.
You too.
Thank you.
All right.
Be well, Adam. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Forever lovers, lifelong lovers.
Forever lover.